Hello, it's my pleasure today to talk to you about admitted student research. My name is Jared Brickman. I'm the SVP of Research here at Carnegie. And today I want to talk through our newest service in admitted student research and some of the advantages that are offered by using a Slate platform. I also have with me Allison Steinberg today. She's going to actually walk through and demonstrate the product, and that's going to be a really fantastic way for us to understand what it all means and why it's so powerful. I wanted to note that one of the main reasons we find this product and really the idea of admitted student research so important is that we believe making informed decisions comes from good data. But good data really starts with asking the right audience good questions. Admitted students are one of the best audiences to speak to when you're trying to understand what's going well with your institution's enrollments and admissions, because they're in it. They're a little bit like secret shoppers in a way, because they are the ones experiencing what you're so interested in. As a result, they are probably the prime audience for understanding those phenomena. And that's why we really believe in admitted student surveys. The important part of that, though, is that admitted student research hasn't necessarily always changed with the times, and we want to make sure that we are improving that opportunity as much as possible. Today, we want to talk about the improvement we're making on the Carnegie side with our advantages of a Slate approach. So really building the survey itself within your Slate instance and doing this as a form-based approach that helps us with several different pieces. Here are some of the key advantages, and you can read about this in our product blog as well. But I think it's really important to remember as we kind of dip our toes into this presentation and the way that we're seeing the actual product demonstration, that these are some of the key reasons we think you should consider this approach if you are on Slate. The first is immediacy of communication. The idea that if you are trying to get really good responses, really good data from students, you should be thinking about how soon to actually ask them questions. Traditional ASR research has oftentimes ended up happening after, say, the May 1 deadline, making sure that enough people have made decisions as possible. By using a Slate approach, you can have this immediacy of communication where they're going to get those kind of invites to fill out your survey right after making their decision, whether they're a deposit or a decline. We can get those surveys in right away. We also have the fact that all of those survey responses are going to be live on that student record. So that offers an opportunity for individualized outreach, which you can see in a couple of bullet points as well. It really gives you this opportunity space to know, for this person, these are the things they're concerned about. These are the things they liked and didn't like about your institution. It gives you a great opportunity then to compare results across many different fields, different things that you have in the student record, whether it is if they declined or deposited, or things like, are they in state or out of state? Are they a student who is coming to you with a particular major or not? All sorts of different things that you have in that student record, you can now use as kind of an extra data point to understand the results. Those results also come in live, so you can start to make adjustments as soon as you get survey results. Understanding that some of your early deposits and declines might give you information that allows you to capture more later in the cycle. So being able to review those results live can be very helpful. You don't have to wait weeks after all of the surveys are closed to start doing some data analysis. I mentioned before, individualized outreach is a great opportunity. This is a space now where you can start to think about reducing summer melts. You can have this opportunity to say, so-and-so deposited, but they have a great deal of anxiety over XYZ topics based on this research we did. That gives you a space to say, well, anyone who was worried about financial aid, let's reach out with some additional information. Anyone here who said they were really excited for a particular extracurricular, let's reach out with more information. So it really gives you a game plan to figure out how to start building more of that rapport with individuals in your Slate instance. You have functionality over time, which means that this is a survey that can be used again. It's a survey where you can compare results across different cycles. And with that functionality, it becomes a part of your Slate instance. So it's something that if you really see the opportunities and advantages of this, you can continue to build upon it, make it really functional each time. For example, when we think about this, we think about having a core set of questions that you often ask that allows you to compare things over time, but also then have some questions that you swap out as there are important and specific topics that you might need to look at maybe once every 3 years and cycle through different things that mean a lot to the decisions you're making as an institution. And finally, of course, with us, we want to make sure that there's a lot of power in our partnership. And so working with Carnegie, not only are we going to do all of the things on the back end to help make this survey successful, including all of the things that Allison is going to show you today, but we're also going to help you bring context to data. It's fantastic to know a certain amount of information about your audiences, but if you have no way to then understand, well, this is typical of an institution, or this is a stronger response than we normally see, that data isn't going to give you as much information. So by partnering with us, we have this network of folks who are taking these surveys to help add some context to this as we continue to think about how do you benchmark, how do you think about what is going well and what isn't. Overall, we tend to think that these advantages make a Slate approach really quite ideal. We, of course, know that not everyone is on Slate, so we do have opportunities to do ASR in a more traditional survey fashion. But today we want to go into a demonstration of the product. So I'm going to hand my time over now to Allison so that she can walk us through what this looks like in Slate. She is just a fantastic Slate expert here on our team. So Allison, take it away.
All right, thank you, Jared. And to demonstrate what this could look like for your institution, we have built a sample survey in our instance of Slate, and we had some of our staff members fill this out to act as if they are current students. So that way we can show you how the form itself looks and all of the data that would come in for it. So as you can see here, it is built right here in the Forms module within Slate. And if we take a deeper dive into the back end of what this form itself looks like, it'll be very familiar to what you're used to seeing with many other inquiry forms that you have. So at the top here, we would collect the student basic information. However, we would set these up as hidden fields so that the student doesn't actually need to fill out this information because you already know this information. But that will allow this individual form response to be connected to the actual student within your Slate instance. And on the back end, what we'll do is when we're sending out email communications to promote the survey, we will use query string parameters so that way that information gets pre-populated on the back end. And the survey itself, we will help you distribute this through emails within Deliver. We will set up emails to send to students once they have made a decision, along with some follow-up emails if they have not yet submitted the survey. Then after your decision date has passed, we can also contact students who haven't made a decision and encourage them to submit the survey as well. And in order to incentivize participation, Carnegie will offer students the chance to be in a raffle for some gift cards, just so we can try to bump up those responses a little bit. Once the survey results have been collected, you will be able to access a portal, which you can see here, which allows you to look at each individual response and compare it to other data that you already have in your instance. Like Jared mentioned earlier, you can look at by major of the student, by decision, did they enroll, did they decide to withdraw, all sorts of different data points. So in this specific example here, we can see that 9 total students have submitted the survey. But we want to know, what did they think specifically about our scholarships and financial aid this year? So all we need to do is drag and drop that question over. And now we can see in more detail how these students specifically answered this question. So in this example, we had 3 students say that they found that to be somewhat important in their decision-making process. But we want to know, how did students specifically respond to that within certain majors? we can just pull that data point over, and then that detail now shows for this specific question. So we can see here that students that applied as a business major, 2 of them found that to be highly important in their decision-making process. So this is all customizable. This is all, you can look at data individually as it's important to you. And you can add in any data points that you want to compare. So like I said, major, decision code, where they're living, all sorts of things. The possibilities are pretty much just dependent on what data you're collecting in your instance. The other thing that you can do is within the survey itself, you can go back to the survey within the back end of Slate and click the new query button. And what this is going to allow you to do is look at the survey responses per each individual student. So that way you can determine if there are students you need to reach out to based off of how they responded to prevent melt, like Jared mentioned earlier. So simply by adding filters down here, you can specify that I just want to look at students that are assigned to me. I'm their admission counselor. I only want to look at those students. And I want to look at the students that said that financial aid was highly important for them, and they've deposited to make sure that they are getting that financial need, so that they have a positive experience as a student on your campus. So all of these different things are just so great to have in your instance. And just a quick little preview of what this would look like. Obviously, this would be branded for your institution, just like any of your other forms would be. But it's right here. It's accessible for all of your staff to utilize. And like Jared said, you can make decisions as the results are coming through.
Appreciate your time today, Allison, and everyone viewing. If you are interested in our admitted student research, please feel free to reach out to your Carnegie contact, or also come and see us on carnegiehighered.com. We have opportunities to reach out to us directly through our blog space. There is a longer blog about this product that you can read through, as well as many of the other services that we offer that are going to hook into this work